Alright, guys, I would have loved to say thank you for joining me, but it's just me here, so but at the same time, thank you for watching my videos, thank you for tuning in. And today we'll be looking at SQL injection vulnerabilities where clause allowing retrieval of hidden data. Now, what are SQL injections? Before we go to that, we are still on server-side vulnerabilities on the Web Security Academy. If you're looking for where to start, practicing your hacking skills, or maybe you're looking for where to kick off, Web Security Academy is one of the best platforms. It's free, completely free. You don't have to pay anything. Just head on to https://PortSwigger.net and then sign up and start getting your hands dirty. So SQL injection. SQL is simply structured query language. Now, what does this do for the web application and for you? So because the way data are stored in the database, they are stored in categories. It's more like going to the storage room. You find some items are stored in the upper shelf, some are stored in the middle shelf, and some are stored in the last shelf. So what SQL does is help you fetch those data from the database. So SQL vulnerability occurs when the web application fails to sanitize user input, so allowing that user to fetch restricted data through the structured query language. So to prevent this, the developers should implement a whitelist so that it prevents some certain inputs from going through to the database. So before we head to the lab, we'll just read the description here. It says this lab contains a SQL injection vulnerability in the product category filter. When the user selects a category, the application carries out a SQL query like the following: select from products where categories equals to gifts and released equals to 1. So what this means is, let's say you want to hit the category called gifts. For instance, you can see on the web application, you can see these categories: all accessories, clothing, shoes and accessories. Then you have corporate gifts and you have pets. These are categories. So when you click categories, what the SQL does is it goes to the database and fetches all the available items on that list that are available for you to see. There might be hundreds, but if they want you to see just 2, that's all you get. So the remaining 98 will be invisible to you. So there is a vulnerability when you are able to see the remaining 98 that maybe they are not released, or maybe the company is not ready to launch them or put them up for sale, but somehow you're able to manipulate the web application because of that vulnerability, and you get to see what they don't want you to see. So that is what we'll be exploiting in this lab. So to solve the lab, perform a SQL injection attack that causes the application to display one or more unreleased products, just like I said. So we'll head over to the lab here, and before we go, let's wipe our Bob history clean so we can see the request. And yes, so we'll click on corporate gifts, right? Yeah, so these are the corporate gifts, I guess. So we'll head over to Bob and find that request. Here is the request. So you can see the parameter filter category equals to corporate gifts http/1.1. So we're going to be appending that parameter to access more than one item from the web application. So we'll go back and copy that payload that was given to us here. So we'll head back to our BOP, and then we'll forward this to repeater, and we're going to remove this and Control V, and we'll send the request, and you can see it says 200. Okay, so our payload was successful. So we're going to go back to the web application, and you will see that we have been able to solve the lab. And here it is, it says, congratulations, you have solved the lab. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and share with your friends. Tell them hacking is fun. Thank you for watching.